guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing a recipe for stuffed float bakes. We are going to be stuffing the bakes with some salted fish. This was one of my favorite Guyanese breakfasts, and I'm so happy to be sharing this recipe with you guys today. Now if you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like, share, and comment. Now let's jump right in. Now let's take a quick look at the ingredients I will be using. Here I have some salted cod fish. I have some green onions, yellow onions, tomatoes, 1 lemon, some peppers, garlic, complete seasoning, black pepper. I have here some all-purpose flour, some salt, butter, sugar, some baking powder, and some yeast. First, we'll start by making the dough for our bakes, and I will add the butter to the flour and work it in with my hands. Once the butter is well combined, we will add the baking powder, salt, sugar, and the yeast. Then we will add some warm water to the flour, and we will try to form a soft dough. Now we will transfer our dough to a flour surface, and we will knead for about 5 minutes. We just need that gluten in the flour to develop a little. And after about 5 minutes, this is how your dough should be looking. Now we will place this back into the mixing bowl, cover, and allow it to rise for about 45 minutes to an hour. Now we'll get started on our saltfish stuffing. Here I have a pot with water, and I will boil the saltfish for about 15 to 20 minutes. Once the saltfish is done boiling, we will strain the water off, and then we will break the saltfish apart, running some cold water over the saltfish. This will help to get rid of that extra salt that's in the saltfish. This is a very effective way of getting rid of that salt from the saltfish, because when you boil the saltfish, it's kind of softens, and boiling it does not get rid of that salt. Trust me, you can boil it how many times, it won't get rid of all that salt. What gets rid of that salt is washing it on the running water and washing away that salt. As you break it apart, you wash away the salt. I have done this many times before, and in my opinion, this method works best. Next, we'll go ahead and squeeze the saltfish until it is super dry. We want to get rid of all that water we ran over the saltfish. Then we will place it into our mixing bowl. We will squeeze half of that lemon onto the saltfish, mix until well combined, and that will help get rid of any rank smells or funny taste or anything. It's also great to combat all that salt. So we'll do that, and then I'll show you guys the next step. So here in my preheated pan, I went in with some oil, and now I'll add my onions, tomatoes, peppers, and my garlic. I will let these all saute for about 3 minutes. Next, I will go in with the saltfish, and then I will add the seasonings. If you notice, I've added very limited amount of seasonings here because saltfish is salty. You do not need to add a lot of seasonings because you don't want to make the dish over salted. So I just added some complete seasoning and some black pepper. That's all you really need. And I will let this, just fry for about, let's say, 10 minutes. It don't need a lot of cooking either because the saltfish is already cooked when we boiled it. So we just need to fry it up a bit and then I'll show you guys the next step. So after about 10 minutes, the last thing we will add here is our green onions. And that's it, you guys. That's all there is to making this fried saltfish filling for our bakes. So you want this to be completely cooled before we move on to the next step. So we will let this cool off thoroughly. So our dough has been sitting for about 1 hour and it has nicely risen. Now we will remove it from the mixing bowl. We will release that air that's inside the dough and then we will separate the dough into equal parts. So I got about 6 from this amount of dough, but if you do them a little bit more smaller, you could probably get about 8. I like a nice thick chunky bake, so I, make mine a bit more thicker. And what we'll do now is roll it out into a round shape. You want to roll it big enough so that your filling could fit right in the middle and you still have space to close it up. So when we finish rolling it out, we will place our filling in the middle and we will, grab all the edges, pinch them together and just seal it up. It is so simple and easy. Anyone can do this. And then we will repeat the process with the others until they are all done. So here I have my wok preheating with some oil and I will now place my bakes in the oil. I will fry one at a time because I don't want to overcrowd my pan, and this part is very technical. It seems like it's very easy, but if you don't have your oil at the right temperature, your bakes will not cook inside, especially the part that we closed up. That part is thicker than the other part and it needs to be on low heat to cook all the way through. So make sure that when you place your bakes inside the oil, it's on medium heat, and then you will turn your heat down a little bit more so that the bakes can take its time and cook all the way through. So after about 7 minutes, I will now flip this and I will allow it to cook until it's golden brown for about 7 minutes on the other side. Now I will remove this and I will continue the same process with the others until they are all done. Okay guys, so this is my version of a Guyanese saltfish stuffed float bake. This is super delicious, you guys. It is perfectly cooked. It is crunchy on the outside, but soft and yummy on the inside. I do hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it, leave a comment down below, And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I will leave all the ingredients and measurements down in my description box. And I will see you guys in my next video. Enjoy!